I wonder if you can guess what number I might be teaching you about today. There's a clue in my legs. So we're going to look today at a new number. And I'm going to give you a bit of a clue to this number actually. You might be able to see it sort of in my ears. You might be able to see it if you think about being really cold. And if the snow falls, you can make something out of snow with a head and a body. And you might think of a spider or an octopus when I say this number. I'm going to draw it and see if you can work out what that number is before I finish. Are you ready? I'm not going to use my squares. I'm going to do it quite big so you can see it. You ready? I'm going to start here. Go round. What do you think it could be? What could it be? Oh, yes. Shout it out. Now, that's not a very good one, but you're right. It's the number 8. And this is the number that we normally draw around in our books. And then we fill it with 8 things. So this is the number 8. Can you all say 8? And you could say, I ate 8 snowmen. I ate 8 snowmen. So you can be eating 8 things. So this is our number 8, okay? We've also got this one. I'm going to show you this. Have a really close look. Why do you think this is important for the number 8? Why is this one a good example? Did anyone spot that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes? It's 8 holes altogether. And I pointed to the holes when I counted. That's the number 8 as well. We've got an 8 and an 8 and an 8. And look, it looks like my earrings with a body and a head. And it also looks like a snowman with a body and a head. So that's the number 8. Now I know some of you like drawing your 8s like a snowman. And you do a head. And you do a body. And sometimes you do a head and a body like that. We can't do our 8s like that. We can't do them like this either. I'm going to show you how we do it. So we start at the top and we go around, come across, sit on the bottom and join it up. That one looks like quite a good 8. I'll do it again. Are you ready? Start at the top. Around, come across, sit on the bottom and join it up. And quite often the top does look a little bit smaller than the bottom. So when you have a go today, see if you can fit your 8s in the box. See if you can do maybe 8 8s. That would be good. And you can also try and do what we do when we have our drawn template and put 8 things in. Now you might want to do 8 things you could eat, or you might want to do 8 snowmen because they reminded you of snowmen. So you could do 8 snowmen in yours, okay? So that is our numeral 8. I wonder while I'm rubbing these off, can you show me 8 fingers? Excellent. So I know that this is 5. Well done. So I can go 5, 6, 7, 8. I can use this to help me. I don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can start at 5 and carry on. So see if you can show your mummies and daddies 8 by going 5, 6, 7, 8. And mummies and daddies, you might want to put on some music by steps that goes 5, 6, 7, 8 and have a little jig around. So that's our number 8. Now look at all these things I found as well. I found a mat with the number 8. I found some Numicon with the number 8. I also found a counting stick. And I think this has got the number 8 on. Have a look. Can you see see where the number 8 is? I can't see it as a number, but watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wonder how many squares there are altogether then. If this one is 8, how many altogether? So we've got an 8 on here. This is a challenge. Who thinks I could roll an 8? I'm going to have a go. Are you ready? 5. 1, 2. Who thinks I should keep going till I find one? 3. I'm going to ask you a question. Is it possible to find an 8 on this dice? Maybe you could chat to your adults about that. I don't know whether I'll find one, even if I keep rolling. Now remember, one of the activities we do in school, and you can do it at home if you want to, is you can get a plate or a tray and you can go off and find 8 things that are the same. So I did this earlier. I went and found 8 of our little beads. And there's 8 of them. I'm just going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8. I'm just going to write that number here so I remember there's 8. And I'm also going to do this. What's that? It's a spider. Why did I put a spider there? I'm going to draw something else. Give you a clue, he's looking happy today. Who's that? It's our octopus. He's happy because it's been tidy today. So this is our octopus with 8. This is our spider with 8. This one is so important. Listen to how I say it. I say octopus. This is how I write it. Octopus. Have a look at this. Can you say oct? Oct means 8. And there is a shape that I want you to see if you can find that has 8 sides and it starts with oct. See if you can find that. So that's some of your tasks you can do then for 8. Find 8 things. Think of a spider. Think of an octopus. Think of oct meaning 8. And think of a shape that means 8. Now I'm also going to tell you something naughty. I'm going to confess. What do you think this is? Shall I tell you? I'm going to whisper though. This had chocolates in. And how many chocolates were there in this layer? Can you see? There were 8. And I ate them all. And I could put them in here. I could pretend my little beads are chocolates. I could put them back in and try and fill it up, just like I did with my egg boxes. But there were 8. There were 8 altogether and I ate 1. How many do you think I left? Oh, then I was a bit naughty. I ate 2. How many are left? Oh, and then I got really greedy. I ate 3. How many were left? Now, do you think I ate 1 or do you think I ate 2? I was good. I ate 1. And then when no one else was looking, I ate the other one. So this holds 8 sweets. And there's something quite important about this. Some of you really liked looking at doubles. Can you see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4? And then here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. What is double 4? That's right, it's 8. And we can write that like this. 4, add another 4 equals 8. It is the same as 8. 4 here, add 4 here, makes 8. And I could also do this. I could turn it this way and have 4 and 4. But I wonder if you can see anything else. I can see a 2 and another 2 and another 2 and another 2. And I could write that one out. 2, add another 2, add another 2, add another 2, makes 8 altogether. So maybe see if you've got anything like this that had 8 sweeties in, and you could try and work that out and make some stories up about the number 8. So that's all of the things that you can have a go at, finding 8 objects and checking there's 8 there. You could have a look for something that holds 8 things. You can practice your numbers. You can think about spiders and octopus, a spider and an octopus. And you can think about oct means 8. What shape starts with oct? So have a go at all of those things. There's also a number blocks link that you can go to. Now I'm going to rub these off, and then we're just going to play a quick game that you could play with your mummies and daddies. So I'm going to need blue tack for this one. You won't need necessarily to have blue tack. I need it so my numbers don't fall off. This is a game that your mummies and daddies might remember from a game show. And I think Bruce Forsyth did this one, but lots of people have done it. It's called Higher or Lower. So show me something up high. Yes, up there. Show me something down low. Yep, down there it's the opposite. We're going to look at higher or lower. Now this is my number 8, and I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to pick, hang on a minute, let me show you what I've got. I've got all of these Numicon pieces. We're just going to do it with Numicon first. I'm not going to look. I am going to pick. I've got one. Is it higher or lower? Show me. You either point up for higher or down for lower. No cheating either. Up for higher or down for lower. Are you ready? It's a 5. Is it higher or lower? Now I'm going to check. I can check with my Numicon. I can put it here. It's got to be lower because there's some missing numbers, some missing pieces. Are you ready for the next one? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Okay, am I going to be higher or lower? Am I higher than 5 or lower than 5? Have your vote. Higher, lower. There it is. Is that higher or lower? You're right, it's higher. I wonder if anyone's still in. Have you got them both right? Okay, one more. Okay, have a vote. What do you think it's going to be? Higher or lower? It is 3. It was lower. So we started with 8. We went lower. We went higher. We went lower. It's a pattern. Higher, lower, higher, lower. Oh, what could I have next? That's another challenge. So Numicon is really good. But mummies and daddies, you might not have Numicon at home, and I wouldn't expect you to. So please don't worry about going and buying Numicon. You can make it if you want to as well. You can just draw them out. But here we are, traditional game. So I'm going to show you what cards I've got. Now I've picked my jumbo cards with the 8s, with the hearts on. And there is our 8 of hearts. I can see a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like my 5 fingers. And now I can see a 1, 2, and a 3. So this is my 8. And I'm going to start with 8. But let me just show you what else there is here. We've got all of these other numbers here. We've got a couple of naughty numbers, a naughty 4 and a naughty 3. But you can do this with cards. Hearts are good for Valentine's this week. So I'm going to put my number 8 here. And what you do at home, and what you did in the game show, was you put the cards out. There's one there. I don't know what they are. I can't see. Okay, so you've got to try and work out what might come next. Now my numbers only went up to 10. So that might help you to work out what this might be. It's a game of probability and chance. So have a vote, higher or lower. Are you ready? It is 4. And we can see really clearly that there's not as many hearts. So 4 is lower than 8. You ready for the next one? Higher or lower? Do your vote. This one is 3. It's less. In fact, it is 1 less. And I can check. If I was in school, I could check. I could get my 4 and I could get my 3 and I could put it on and I could say, look, it's 1 less. Oh, who's still in? Has anyone got this right? You ready for the next one? Higher or lower than 3? I only went as low as 2 as well. I didn't have an ace. So higher or lower? Are you ready? It was lower. So let's look. It's gone 8. Lower, lower, lower. What would be lower than 2? What could be lower than 2? I wonder if you've got any ideas. Now, I didn't put an ace in mine. An ace is what you get in a pack of cards for a number 1. It represents 1 because it has just one of these suits on. So I wonder what this is going to be. I think it's going to be higher. Let's see. You ready? It is higher. And in fact, I think this is the largest number of all. So that's the game that you can play at home with a pack of cards or just with numeral cards, just with the number written on. I think it would be helpful to have something drawn on to be able to help you with what we call subitizing or subitizing, where you can see, actually probably this one's easier, you can see that's 5, you don't have to count. So even if I hide these digits, you can see that's a 5. So there you are, that's a couple of games for you to play. The challenge question, am I going to be able to roll an 8 on this dice? Is it possible? What would I have to do? Or do I give up? Then collect some things, find your shapes, practice your numbers, and then see if you can play that game, okay? See you later.